Hey guys, I'm Kent and welcome back to my channel. A really quick video on my Honda Dax 125. This video is sponsored by Tykool. They sent me this lithium iron phosphate battery that I'm going to swap for the standard lead acid battery that comes in all of these Honda Mini Motos. I think I've thrown lithium batteries now in all of my motorcycles that I have in my garage. I have quite a few and some sit for a while before I get around to riding them. The lead acid batteries, if you let them sit for too long, it's really difficult to get the bike started. With the lithium batteries, they can sit without a tender for quite a while and still fire up really strong. This is also extremely light. I think this is like 1 pound. We'll weigh it and compare it to the stock battery, but quite a bit of weight savings. This also has a screen on the top to show you the voltage. So we'll do a quick unboxing of this to take a look at the features, and then I'll walk you step by step on how to install it into my 2025 Honda Dax 125. So this is model LiFePo4 Pro, which replaces the stock battery, not just in the Honda Dax, but also the Honda Grom and Super Cub and the Monkey. Comes with a little user guide. Actually comes with 3 screws. I sometimes lose these, and these are kind of a specialized head with the hex and the screw. And then here's the battery itself. Again, super light. There is this little screen at the top that shows exactly how much voltage it has, and otherwise is just a battery. So let's pop open the seat for the Dax and get this swapped over. So to get access to the battery, it's just a matter of removing this little plastic shield. You also first need to remove the service plug. There's a little clip here at the top that you pull towards you, and then that'll slide off this little plastic retaining clip. And then there's these 2 plastic rivets where you push the center, and then they pop out. And then the little plastic cover comes right off. Then using a 5mm Allen key, there is a Allen bolt right here that you pull out. Be really careful because there's a lot of space here to drop. I've dropped it before, and there's quite a bit of things you need to take apart to get the bolt back. So sometimes it falls all the way through the bike, but if it doesn't, man, it can take some time. So make sure you're really careful with the bolts as you pull them out. And then this bracket here just kind of shimmies out this way towards the negative terminal. You can see there's a little hook here that hooks underneath as it slides through to get it locked in place. And then after that, there are 2 Phillips screws here to take off the negative and positive terminals. I like to take the negative one off first just to make sure that I don't short something against the frame when I have the screwdriver on the positive terminal. And then the battery just slides right out. So putting the batteries side by side here, you can see that they are physically the exact same size, which is nice. There are some other lithium batteries that I've used that are a little bit smaller and come with foam padding to make it fit, but it's nice when it's a direct replacement from a size perspective. And then a close-up again here on the battery, it has this voltage indicator and shows the % charge, which is nice to see at a glance. Once it's in the Dax, you won't be able to see that too readily since it's behind that plastic shield, but a cool feature nonetheless. This also has a battery management system, so it can only be charged to a certain voltage so that you don't worry about overcharging it. And similarly, I think it has like an 8-volt maximum discharge so that you don't have to worry about damaging the batteries if you do leave the lights on or something that drains the battery to its lowest point, so that you can throw it back on the charger and bring it back to life. All right, so let's get these on the scale. The stock YT-Z5S battery comes in at 3 pounds and 7 ounces. And the Tykool lithium iron phosphate battery coming in at 1 pound 3 ounces. So this is a third of the weight of the stock battery. Considerable weight savings. Again, more cold cranking amps. This has 180, whereas the stock one has just 65. And again, this little meter thing is pretty cool. I haven't seen that on a battery before. So installation is as easy as removal. There is this little cap here on the positive terminal. There's also a sticker on the side. Make sure that you're paying attention to the polarity. All right, and then this bracket again pushes in on the right side. There's a bigger opening that you slot it into, and then shimmy it all the way over to the side. You've got to get it all the way to this side, that then you can line up the hole from the bracket to the hole on the bike. And then the plastic cover goes back on like this. For these plastic pop rivets, after you've pushed it all the way through, just push it the other way so that it comes back out, and then you can squeeze these fins so that it's small enough that you can get back into the hole. And then you'll push the button down to lock it in place. And then you slide this service plug clip on this side onto this clip here. Until it locks in place. And that's it. A really simple installation. Let's fire up the bike. So a big thank you to Tykool for sending me the product. Again, a very simple installation. I think particularly on the Honda Mini motors where the battery is so physically small, it's important to have a lithium solution so that you have that much more cranking power, as well as the ability to store the bikes for a while and still be able to fire it up when you need to. I'll link in the description below to the product if you'd like to purchase it for yourself, as well as all the technical details that include information like maximum charge rate and discharge rate, and cold cranking amps, etc. They sent me a tech spec sheet that has all of that information. So thank you all very much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos and keep on building.